Ayo, Mike Snave here. I know you guys usually see me on the internet saving people tons of money, but today I come to talk to you guys about something that's gonna save your life, and that is how I become a Christian. Now, I'm telling you this because there isn't a single person on the planet who could convince me otherwise that Christianity was the way to go or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I have a big old 666 tattooed on my hand to mock Christians because I did not like them at all, especially when I was growing up. Ever since I was a very young child, my father would tell me that there was not a God or anything like that. That when you die, you're just worm food and you move on. And you gotta make your life as good as possible in the now. And I believed that rhetoric for a really long time. That is until God came into my life. And I'm gonna read you guys part of a journal that I had from the day that ultimately changed everything for me. June 28th, 2020. I keep having flashbacks of some crazy shit that happened to Aubrey and myself the other day. We planned to float down the river from Black Diamond to East Auburn. We left her car at Neely Mansion and I drove up to the park. It was quite a long float. We were having a blast for the first 3 hours or so, and then we gotten off the river at a shallow point. We seen an area where we could get back into the river and continue to float downstream. But there is a downed tree that was in the way. I thought I was going to be able to kick off of it and float in the other direction. Instead, it sucked my float under, and I was able to keep my backpack in my right hand. I was okay, but still shocked by losing my tube. I then see Aubrey coming. She is smiling, thinking I was joking around. Or something. I tried yelling at her to paddle away. She couldn't hear me. The situation immediately changes. Aubrey crashes into the downed tree right along the side of me. I was able to grab her forearm with my left hand as she crashed. I wrapped the backpack around my neck, was able to switch hands and get my backpack on. I then went under after I failed to pull her up. I used the rushing water to give me leverage against the tree, and I was able to see her face. I didn't really know how to describe the panic. I felt she had this look of hopelessness, and I wasn't letting go. I was going to try die trying to save her. I do not know how I did it. Seriously, it was an unreal experience. My last attempt to fight the current was all or nothing, so I got her unstuck and she is breathing. It was a miracle. I climbed onto the tree and was able to pull her up out of the water completely. I didn't know how long we sat there. I was freezing and couldn't believe Aubrey was sitting in front of me, alive. I told her I loved her. She was missing a shoe and looked pretty beat up. I gave her one of my shoes and we had to progress downriver with no floats. It was tough. We had to cross twice. The water was to my neck, and I am facing the water as it's flowing towards me, and she's holding onto my shoulders directly in front of me as we are sidestepping across the rocks. The rocks hurt my feet so bad. I just dealt with it. I couldn't complain. I only wanted to get out of there with Aubrey safely. Nothing else mattered. I could complain about it later. There was no trails or roads close by. I led us to a dead end. I wasn't going to walk 100 yards through blackberry bushes to get to the road, so we head back downriver. Good thing we went back, though. We came across a couple with an inflatable raft and some extra tubes. They gave us a ride down the river. They were good people. They saved us, really. Gave us a ride back to my car. Aubrey and I then ate Wendy's and had a double cheese. I had a double cheeseburger, and she had a son of a baconator. I think that's what it's called. I also had a goddamn Frosty too, because why the fuck not? I couldn't sleep that night. I ended up going home and having a breakdown at 2 a.m. instead. Honestly, it was traumatizing for me to see her like that. I'm just glad she is okay. I never wanted to experience that again. Now that sucked. And at that time, I forgot to write something that was very important to the story. And that was the very last time that I came up out of the water, I screamed, God, please help me. And he did. I tried 3 times. I tried to save that girl 3 times. And I could not make her budge. But in my cry for help, he came through. And he saved her. Now, I tried talking to her about it a couple times over the years. I don't talk to her anymore because of uh, issues that she has with me in the past, which which you're wrong, which you're wrong. Just so you know, that thing never happened. Anyways, not to get off track. She told me that I don't give myself enough credit, and I'm telling her, I'm like, I don't deserve any credit. Not at all. And ever since that day, I mean, I slowly, this was back in 2020. It's 2026 now, and I would say I probably really accepted God probably around 2022, 2023. Probably around the time I started my business. But yeah, that there's a couple other things that have happened that God has shown me that he was close, but that's the one that really changed everything for me. Now, I'm not the smartest person, nor am I the type of person that's going to argue who's right or wrong. I just know what I feel, and what I feel is God. So I pick up my Bible, I start reading it, and I just see how much love Jesus had for us. He literally sacrificed himself so that we could live. And I know that tomorrow isn't promised, so I just really have to get this word out. I'm not good at editing videos. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything like that. If anything, I'm just a scumbag, white trash piece of human filth like every single one of you. I mean, you're all probably not white trash, but I know I am. Anyways, guys, thank you for clicking, taking the, I don't know, 9, 10 minutes to watch this video. But, yeah, thank you. God bless all of you. I love you all. See ya.